How's it going, ladies and Bruce? I'm Bobby Sixkilla. Welcome back to Exit Corners. It's time, Chapter 7, Enemy. Let's jump in, shall we? Alright, here we go. I hope everyone's enjoying the shorter videos. I'm certainly enjoying making them. The contestants had been fighting. Yeah, they turned on each other pretty quickly. Following a close call in the boiler room, Beth, Ray, and Liza were at each other's throats. As he watched from the sidelines, Ink was struck with an idea. He'd convinced Ether to join him in the room, where they nearly died moments before. It was still miserably hot, but Ink had a request for her, and he couldn't ask her anywhere but there. So, what's the point of that exactly? Please, Ether, I need you to trust me on this one. What if they get the wrong idea? So long as my suspicions are right, they won't judge either of us. And if you're wrong, then I'll tell them I put you up to it. Don't worry, I'll be the one to take the fall. Okay, I'll try to be gentle. No, Ether, as hard as you can, okay? It's gotta be loud. I don't understand. Why can't you tell me what's going on? I'm sorry, I can't tell you anything right now. But you're the only person I can trust with this. This will all make sense soon, I swear. You're making it hard for me to trust you, Ink. I hope you know that. I know, Ether. I'm sorry. Once our opportunity presents itself, you need to go for it right away. Don't hesitate at all, you hear? I'll do my best. That's all I can promise. Thanks. You're the best sidekick a guy could ask for. So, can we head back then? It's still hot in here. Yeah, we're done here. Sorry for dragging you back in. Shielding his hand with his sleeve, Ink pulled the burning hot door back open. Ink sighed in relief as the cavern's cool air washed over him. The other three contestants were eerily quiet. Ink couldn't help but think that they'd missed out on something important. Well, at least they stopped fighting. Did anyone have a look at the puzzle yet? Ray? Come on, you're usually the first one to try and solve it. Say, Ink, what were you two doing back there exactly? Huh? Oh, nothing. Anyway, we ought to get started. Not so fast, you aren't going anywhere until you tell us what you and Ether were up to. It must still be deathly hot in that room. There's no reason to head back in there unless... Unless what? Do I have to spell it out for you? You think I'm sent, don't you? Either you or Ether, or both of you. You've both been pretty quiet since Liza suggested that one of us was sent, and you put a lot of effort into trying to convince us otherwise. Looks to me like you're just trying to avoid suspicion. Oh, come on. We leave the room for 5 minutes and you all think we're the ones behind this? That's insane. All we're asking is that you tell us what you two were doing in the boiler room. And if I refuse? If you refuse, I'm throwing you back in. You can't do that. Of course I can. I outmuscle the two of you easy. Keeping the door shut won't be a problem either, considering how hot the handle is on the other side. You seriously threatened to throw us back in there? The rest of us have all agreed to it. We aren't going to let the two of you stab us in the back. You seem like good kids, but it's clear you're keeping something important from us, so please, just tell us what it is that you're up to. This isn't good. If I tell them here, it could ruin everything. I just need a little more time. What about Liza, huh? What about me? She's hiding something too. You don't seem to be threatening her. I'm trying to change the subject. See? Look how quiet she is. If you aren't going to pressure her for answers, then I don't see how you can justify pressuring Ether and me. Liza is different. Different? Ray, you said yourself that Liza just screams suspicion. I'll deal with Liza later. Why are they ignoring Liza all of a sudden? How about this then? Let us help you guys solve the next puzzle. The moment we enter the next room, I'll tell you anything you want to know. Right, Ether? Yeah, please guys, just give us a little time. Now why the hell would I agree to that? In the worst case scenario, you'll at least be one puzzle closer to getting out of here. And in the best case scenario, well, we'll see. Please, Ray? Just be patient. Fine. Try anything funny though, and I'm tossing your ass back into that oven. You aren't gonna talk it over with Beth or Liza? I don't need permission from seniors or 15-year-olds. I'm 18, thank you very much. Whatever. That's enough. Time's a wasting. Let's get started on the puzzle. Alright. We might get our chance after all. I can't screw this up. Oh man. Repeat the pattern. Use at least 2 different tiles. Which pattern? Well, so it's top, right, bottom, top, top. I don't think I understand this puzzle at all. Maybe ask someone. And Kate, I really don't want to get thrown back in the boiler room. Me neither. Just remember what I told you and everything should work out. But what if, you know, I don't get the opportunity? Maybe we should just tell them. Tell them? Is there something you two want to share with the rest of us? No. Aether is just fooling around. Right, just fooling around. Are you absolutely sure about that? We got nothing to tell you. Not right now. So be it. Damn. I'm supposed to be able to speak to Aether if we can be heard so easily. Let's talk to Beth then. Ink, you mustn't keep secrets from us. Do you understand? We're not going to get hints, are we? I know. It's just... I can't tell you anything right now. Sorry. You have nothing to gain from withholding information. We're the key to leave us alone. Seriously, get off our case. Do you dislike talking to me? I'm starting to, yeah. I never said that. I just want this puzzle solved before we worry about anything else. So be it. I'll continue to assist you with the puzzle. But the moment we're in the next room, you must explain everything. Are you actually going to assist with the puzzle, though? Like, are you actual? Ink, over here. It's about the puzzle. Ah, crap. I'm going to look suspicious if I refuse to talk to her. Sure, what is it? I think I may have to do something about this pattern that we're supposed to find. Perhaps you've already noticed, but it appears that for each of the rows, the first and fourth tiles are the same. Oh, huh. You're right. I'd wager this is the case for the fourth row as well. Let's make sure our first and fourth tiles are identical. Good insight, I'll keep that in mind. Can we get any more hints? I don't know why we're asking Liza. Liza, what do you want? You've been unusually quiet. What's going on? Nothing. Leave me alone. You're a terrible liar. Why are Beth and Ray going so easy on you all of a sudden? They know as well as I do that you're hiding something. That has nothing to do with this. So you are hiding something. Shut up. Stop trying to trick me into telling you stuff. It's dangerous. Finish the puzzle, you degenerate, and stop talking to me. Sure. Dangerous, she says. Just what are you hiding, Liza? And that's exactly the same, right? Except I swapped this one with that one. But maybe that's the rotation we need. Okay, that worked. Maybe it was the rotation that was off. I don't know. I don't even know how I figured that one out. But, well, trial and error, pretty much. But there we go, puzzle solved. Now I just cross my fingers. Did anyone else find that puzzle strange? Yes. What about it? Did you find strange? It wasn't a riddle. Not like the other puzzles. Seemed like a riddle to me. Perhaps a tad, but this one seemed more grounded in logic than the others. It was less abstract. Maybe that's why I couldn't handle it. Beth's right. It did feel different. Kinda. You think there's something about it that went over our heads? Yeah, maybe. Well done, contestants. Well done indeed. It definitely went over my head. This marks the end of the preliminary testing phase. If you've made it this far, then you've all been making excellent progress. I applaud you for showing such determination and wit. It should be noted, however, that exit corners is far from over. The next chamber you will enter... That's what we asked her to do. Nice. Ink reeled backwards, crashing headfirst into the wall. He staggered to his feet, exaggerating a little. Ether? What's the matter with you? I... didn't, Ether, flustered, was apparently having difficulty explaining what she'd just done. Ink smiled at her. It's okay. You can tell them. Ink told me to hit him. I swear it wasn't my idea. Is this true, Ink? Shit, am I mean to back her up, right? It is? Why would you ask her to do something like that? People are drawn to conflict, that's why. What are you going on about? Even Ray hadn't noticed it yet. Ink couldn't help but smirk. Conflict lies at the heart of any good story. It's what keeps people interested. It fascinates them. When Ether slapped me, she created an immediate and obvious conflict. Your human nature got the better of you, and everyone in the room turned their attention to Ether. Including you, Cent. I mean, you stopped halfway through your speech. I assume you took an interest in the situation too. Let's be honest, these aren't really recordings, are they, Cent? You've been speaking to us in real time since the moment we woke up. My. I don't suppose I'll be able to talk myself out of this one, now will I? What? No matter. I planned on telling you eventually. That's exactly what I figured out was at the last episode. None of those messages were recordings. That is correct. Then you've been watching us this whole time. That should be obvious at this point. Are you having fun, you sick son of a bitch? Is As a matter of fact, I am. Is that not the purpose of a game? You better fucking hope I never find you, or I swear to Christ, I'm gonna put so much hurt on you, you wish you were fucking dead. Although I adore your zeal, Mr. Nandon, I believe I'm in a much better position to be making that kind of statement. So you know our names, huh? Do you need to ask, my wonderful Liza? Indeed, I know many, many things. Alas, there are many things I do not know. For instance, Ink. How did you know that my messages weren't recordings? Truth be told, I don't expect you to tell me. I'm simply curious. Ink paused, unsure if he wanted to share a secret with the person who captured him. Is there really any harm explaining at this point? I don't think so. I bet the other contestants want to know too. Well, the first thing that tipped me off was your pre-message announcements. It was that particular one when we were in the elevators, specifically. The first thing that tipped me off were your pre-message announcements. You only reminded us that your messages were recordings when one of us tried to speak to you. I found it strange that you would remind us more than once. When we had to stop trying to communicate with you. The reminders stopped. Of course, this didn't really prove anything, but in retrospect it was a little strange. A very astute observation, Ink. It was actually thanks to Liza that I was able to figure it out in the end. Fascinating. Do tell, Ink. Me? Yeah, you. You said something in the boiler room that really got me thinking. It was... Hello, contestant. Hello, contestant. It all happened so fast. One moment I'm messaging my father and before I know it, hello, contestant. But what does that have to do with anything? You seem pretty adamant that you heard Sent say hello, contestant. However, when Sent spoke to me, he opened with hello, contestants. Now, why do you think he would have used contestants when talking to me, but contestant, singular, when talking to Liza? Because you weren't alone in the elevator. I was there too. That's right. His pluralization probably wasn't even intentional. He just did it subconsciously because he saw there were more than one person in the elevator. He could see us in there? Of course he could. That's the only way he could have known which elevator had two people in it. Remember how he put our hands on those elevator scanners to get them to move? Only I did. You never even touched the thing. Any contestant could have gone into any elevator, and I could have partnered up with any contestant I wanted. The only way he could have known which elevator had two people in it was if he'd been watching us in real time. Liza might have her share of paranoid suspicions, but she is right about one thing. Sent does have a front row seat. Front row seats to this game of his. Hidden cameras would be the obvious guess. Well, that totally makes sense. You put quite a lot of faith in the small auditory slip-up, don't you? Don't you think? It was the tiniest of differences. It could have easily been misheard by either Liza or yourself. Well, Liza seemed pretty confident her hearing was perfect. So I took a shot and trusted her, and hey, it was worth a try. Anything's better than constantly being on the defensive. Hold on, Sid, if you've been watching us, then why didn't you see Ink's stunt coming? I'm sure Ink could answer your question if you were so inclined. That's why we went to the boiler room. Split between two rooms, or you couldn't hear us in the boiler room? You couldn't see or hear us in the boiler room. That's why I went back there. Ether and I were keeping quiet, and the condensation would have made any cameras in there foggy. It'd be hard for him to see or hear what we were doing. Well, really? No way. I'm sorry for not filling you in on the whole thing, Ether. At the time, I didn't know whether or not he could see us in there, so I wanted to disclose as little information as I could get away with it. Now though, I'm positive of two things. Are you listening, Sent? Yes, go on. Firstly, since you've gone to such great lengths to convince us that your messages were recordings, you must have something to gain from having us believe it. And what else? And since you're talking to us right now, in real time, there's no way that you could be one of us. I see. Do you think this means you've outsmarted me, Mr. Greer? No, I think it means I've outsmarted your entire team. I have no team, dearest Ink, it's just me. You're saying you built this place all on your own? Nice try, but I don't buy it. You're correct in that I didn't build anything. However, I alone am responsible for this game's design, the layout, the puzzles, the contestant selection. These things were decided entirely by me. Labour is cheap, you see. Ideas are the only thing that matter in this world. Tell yourself whatever helps you sleep at night. I feel like I should remind you that you've done nothing but to better suit your situation. You're still playing exit corners. Your lives still belong to me until you find the exit. Yeah, but we don't have to fucking argue and be suspicious of each other anymore. And that's the biggest problem we've had. Please don't let that little stunt you pulled go to your head. As the one who brought you here, I could crush you at any moment. Any moment at all. Tell me, Sent, why did you bring us here? I see no reason to answer that question. I think we're entitled to know. You're entitled to nothing. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've grown rather tired of talking with you. There, I've unlocked the door. You'll just have to figure out the next room on your own. Or you could die. Damn. As soon as I start pressing for answers, he takes off. I can't believe he was watching us this whole time. I can't believe Ink was the one to figure it out. Oh, come on. You really have that little faith in me. You can be a little loopy sometimes. But I guess you could be worse. That wasn't half bad back there. Yes, that was clever of you. Thanks. I'm just trying to do my part to get us out of here. By the way, Ink. Yeah? For what it's worth, we weren't actually going to throw you two back in the boiler room. I never in all my life do something like that. We wanted answers, that's all. We thought at least one of you would fall for the threat and tell us what you were up to. So it's just an empty threat? That's a relief. I just hate being left in the dark. That's cool, I understand. Though it is good to know that Scent isn't one of us, that raises even more questions. Yeah. I mean, why was it necessary to pretend that his messages were recordings? To make us turn on each other? There's the possibility he did it so that we'd fight amongst ourselves. Exactly. If that were the case, why didn't he actually use recordings instead of pretending to? Who knows how long this game is? What if one of us dies or refuses to advance? What if one of us broke the rules somehow? Scent might need to change any given message at a moment's notice to fit his needs. That's a pretty reasonable explanation, actually. I guess he doesn't have things figured out as well as we thought. That's right, I think Scent has much less power than he wants us to believe. And now that I know that he ain't one of you, I have a feeling it'll be a lot easier to figure out what exactly he wants with us. You're all idiots. So what if Scent isn't one of us? It doesn't change anything. Someone here could still be an accomplice of his. Not this again. Please just cooperate with us. Otherwise what? Don't you think I'm gonna let my guard down so easily? That might just be what Scent wants. I don't think you can threaten me, Ink. She still thinks that one of us is an accomplice, even though she's clearly the most suspicious person here. Maybe I was wrong about her. Liza, don't get all preachy with me. It won't work. Please, just listen to me for a sec. Ink put his complete trust in you to fool Scent, remember? The least you could do is place a little trust in him yourself. What did I just say about getting preachy? Please, can't we just cooperate until we get out of here? I want to help you, but that's going to be difficult if you keep acting the way you are. I don't suppose there's any point trying to argue with you. I'll play along for now. Ink sighed. For a little while at least, he could relax around Liza. Thank you, Liza. You have no idea how much easier this will make everything. I'm happy to have you on board, Liza. Happy to have me on board, huh? I don't believe that for a second. That's a... Huh? What's wrong? Liza? Not this again. Liza, is something the matter? I feel sick. In a span of seconds, Liza's face drained of all its colour. Then could see dark red beads forming at the corner of her lips as she started to cough. She put her arm over her mouth, but it did little to help. The blood went everywhere. Still coughing, Liza fell to her knees. Then could only stare in morbid wonder as her spasms grew worse and worse, whipping her tiny frame across the floor. She's coughing up blood, just like me. Ink couldn't help but pity her. Whatever her affliction was, she was clearly in pain. As bad as he felt for her, Ink still had one problem with Liza. Damn it, what am I supposed to think about her? How did she fit into all of this? I can't stop thinking about her little elevator ride. Something still doesn't add up. I don't think I'm not onto you, Liza. Dude, that was a good chapter. Solid. A solid chapter. Nice. Well, hopefully that'll bring a little bit... remove some of that discord that we've had. Because the group was real fast to turn on each other. Even the old lady. I was quite shocked about that. Old people are traditionally extremely trusting. That's why they always get scammed by fucking online scammer people. Because they trust people too much. Anyway. That's chapter 7. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for looking out for me, and I'll see you in the next one.